August 21st, 1944. 5:40 hours. Near Chartres, France. Dawn comes low and gray, pressed flat against the fields by the lingering smoke of retreat. The air smells of damp earth, burned rubber, and something sharper, petrol. You can hear it before you see it, the distant cough of engines. Not German, not anymore. American. Colonel Hans-Joachim Breuer pulls his greatcoat tighter as he steps out from the hedgerow. His boots sink slightly into mud, still dark with last night's rain. For 3 days, his Kampfgruppe has been moving east, away from the collapsing front, away from Normandy, away from answers. Orders have stopped arriving. Fuel ran out yesterday. Now this. Beyond the tree line lies a depot, vast, orderly, impossibly intact. Row after row of steel drums stretch across a former wheat field, their olive paint barely scratched. Tanker trucks idle nearby, engines humming calmly, as if they have nowhere urgent to be. White stars are stenciled everywhere. On the trucks, on the crates, on the temporary command shack where a young American sergeant is lighting a cigarette. Breuer stops walking. You can almost feel the moment when his body understands before his mind does. 50,000 gallons. That is his first estimate. Then he corrects himself. More. The colonel has been a logistics officer since Poland. He knows fuel. He knows what a panzer division consumes in a day. He knows what Germany no longer has. And standing here, watching American soldiers joke and stretch as if the trucks move out in disciplined silence. Colonel Breuer watches them through the shack's narrow window. 5, 10, 15 tankers rolling east, each one carrying enough fuel to move an armored column for miles. No urgency. No escort scrambling to keep up. Just steady motion, like a factory conveyor belt feeding a machine that never stops. You can almost hear the numbers clicking in his mind. Breuer has spent his career thinking in quantities. Liters per kilometer, consumption curves, reserve estimates. In peacetime, logistics is invisible. In war, it is destiny. And now, seated at a rough wooden table with his pistol removed and his war effectively over, he begins to calculate. One American tanker, roughly 2,500 gallons, 15 trucks, nearly 40,000 gallons already on the move. What remains in the field? Perhaps another 20,000, and this is forward fuel point C. C, not A, not B. Outside, a young American private laughs as he struggles to roll an empty drum aside. Empty. Disposable. Breuer remembers the last fuel drum his unit received. Rusted, dented, leaking precious drops into the dirt. The men had knelt to catch it with rags. The door opens. The American captain returns, holding a clipboard. "Colonel, you were logistics, correct?" Breuer nods. "Then you'll appreciate this," the captain says, almost kindly. He taps the paper. "This depot supports 3rd Army's advance for 48 hours. After that, another point takes over." Breuer looks up sharply. "Another depot?" The prisoner column moves along a country road scarred by retreat. Colonel Breuer walks between 2 American MPs, their boots kicking up dry dust that settles on his trousers. Overhead, the sky is busy. Not with dogfights, but with traffic. Transport aircraft droning west to east, unchallenged. Fighters circling lazily, not hunting, merely watching. Watching everything. You can almost feel what it means to move without fear of the air. Breuer remembers the opposite. German convoys that only moved at night. Trucks hidden under trees by day. Orders written around Allied air schedules. The war, for Germany, had become a series of pauses. Wait for darkness. Wait for fuel. Wait for permission. Here, there is no waiting. A convoy overtakes them on the road. Shermans, half-tracks, fuel trucks mixed seamlessly together. Combined arms moving as one organism. No gaps, no hesitation. Dust coats everything, but the engines run clean. One of the MPs notices Breuer staring. Fast, huh? Breuer nods slowly. Very. The MP grins. Patton says speed keeps the enemy scared. Breuer does not correct him. Speed does more than scare. Speed collapses planning. It breaks assumptions. It turns retreat into rout. And it is only possible when fuel is treated not as a luxury but as an expectation. They pass a German vehicle abandoned in a ditch. Tires intact, armor undamaged. The fuel cap hangs open, dry as bone. Someone has chalked a crude message on the hull. Kein Benzin. No petrol. Breuer's throat tie. September 1944. Prisoner of war. Interrogation center. Northern France. Rain taps steadily against the corrugated roof. A patient, relentless rhythm. Inside the interrogation hut, the air smells of wet wool, ink, and strong American tobacco. Colonel Hans-Joachim Breuer sits at a plain table, his hands folded, his posture still rigid with habit. Across from him, Lieutenant Colonel Robert L. Harrison, U.S. Army G2, flips through a thick folder. Not accusations, not threats, numbers. You were attached to Panzer Group West, Harrison says, not looking up. You saw the fuel situation firsthand. Breuer nods once. Harrison slides a chart across the table. It shows German fuel production from 1939 to 1944. The line peaks, then collapses like a snapped cable. This, Harrison says quietly, is why you lost Normandy. Breuer studies the paper. He already knows the figures, but seeing them laid out so cleanly without ideology, without rhetoric, hits differently. You were fighting with maybe 30% of required fuel. Harrison continues. Our analysts estimate you needed triple your reserves just to hold the front. Breuer exhales slowly. That sounds accurate. Harrison leans back. And yet your high command ordered counterattacks. Yes. Why? Breuer hesitates, then answers with brutal honesty. Because admitting the shortage meant admitting defeat. Silence fills the room, heavy as the rain. Harrison opens another folder. This one is thicker.
February 1945. Prisoner of war camp, England. The winter is quiet here, too quiet. Colonel Hans-Joachim Breuer stands near the wire fence, breath fogging in the cold air, watching snow fall onto ground that has never known artillery. No craters, no burned villages, just white fields and the distant sound of a train moving on schedule, always on schedule. The camp radio crackles to life behind him. News from the continent. The Allies are across the Rhine, bridges captured intact, armored columns pouring into the heart of Germany. Pouring. Breuer closes his eyes. He remembers the last German operational briefing he attended before capture. Maps full of arrows that led nowhere. Divisions assigned sectors they could not reach. Fuel allocations promised that never arrived. He had known then, but knowing and accepting are different things. Inside the barracks, a group of German officers argue quietly. Some still speak of counteroffensives, of holding lines, of Wunderwaffen. Breuer does not join them anymore, because he has seen the other side of the war, not its weapons, its engine. An American guard passes by, nodding politely. The guard's boots are new, his coat fits well, he carries extra gloves. Even the guard, Breuer notes, is supplied. Breuer thinks back to the fuel depot in France, to the moment that changed everything. 50,000 gallons, sitting calmly in a field so ordinary that no one bothered to hide it. That was when the war ended. Not in Berlin, not in the Führerbuch.